Right then, hello everyone, how are we all doing? First things first, I'm also live on TikTok right now. It's a simultaneous stream. We've got a TikTok stream and a YouTube stream going on at the exact same time. First time doing this, never done this before. I seen it whilst I was live, whilst I was about to go live, sorry. Set it up, boom, done. So we're live, we'll see how that goes. But if you are on TikTok, if you're watching me on TikTok, join the stream on YouTube if you want, or subscribe, follow me on TikTok, all that lovely stuff. What we're doing today is focusing on the election. So we've got the, I think the format might be messing up a little bit on TikTok. Let me know if you're watching this on TikTok. Let me know if there's any issues. I've got the TikTok chat to my left, got the YouTube chat right in front of me. We've got the trading to the right, so we can get going. But yeah, I hope everyone's had a good week so far. It is obviously the election week. Lots of stuff going on. We're going to be looking at taking some trades here. We're looking at trading GJ, Bitcoin, gold, GU, the dollar, and the NASDAQ. Going to be seeing how that goes. But yeah, make sure you join up the stream, guys. Really does help out. Make sure you're liking the stream, all that lovely stuff. Let me just check we are live on YouTube. But yeah, make sure you like up the stream, guys. Make sure you follow me on YouTube, follow me on TikTok, wherever you are, whatever you're watching on. We're going to be looking at taking some trades here. Just give me one sec. So we are live on YouTube. That's the main thing. That's good. Election day. Okay. So it's a little bit different than usual. Okay, and I've shared the wrong link to the stream. So give me 1 second. So I did send the wrong link. This is the first time. I'll explain to the people who join up in a second. But if you're here on TikTok, make sure you're liking up the stream. Really does help me out. We're going to be trading live for free, as you can see. Hi, guys. How you doing? Sorry about this. Technical difficulties. Not what we need. We should be good to go now, though, guys. How you doing? If you're on TikTok, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Looks like we're doing well. Like up the stream on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, I'm live on YouTube every single day. This is the first time I'm doing this on TikTok, seeing how it goes. If it goes bad, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know. All that stuff. We're going to be hopping on the charts right now. As you can see, I do have GBP USD set up right here. And we are also doing a election stream as well. We're doing an election stream at 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. sorry, UK time, midnight UK time, 7 p.m. EST, which is 7 p.m. in America. We're going to be tape reading, which is this right here. And this is basically reading the positions that are getting put into the market as, you know, as it happens. So we're going to be going on DXY. We're going to be going on the NASDAQ, tape reading on both of these things. It should pop up in just a second. Here we go. It should start popping up now. We're going to be tape reading on this. It's an indicator. It's not precisely wrong. It's more, you know, I forgot the word, ballpark correct than precisely wrong. It does work. I have used it before. We're waiting for the real-time data to pop up now. Not too sure what the lag is about here. Come on. But the stream tonight is going to be a banger, guys. Make sure you join the stream tonight, especially. We're going to be trading now, obviously, if this tape reading wants to work. Which, there we are. We got it on the NASDAQ. So you can see this is the size being bought and sold. Green is obviously bought. Red is obviously sold. The price it's being sold and bought at, and the time it's being bought and sold at. As you can see, we are getting a heavy move to the upside right now. And my camera's lagging heavily. But this is what tape reading is. We're going to be doing this live tonight. on stream for the election, seeing what's going on, seeing if there's any whales taking any massive positions. But make sure you're liking up the stream and stuff, guys. Really does help me out. We're going to be using this. We're going to be using, obviously, the wig. We're going to be using this. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything else. But from this, you should get an idea of what's going to be happening tonight, guys. All right. We're going to be using this wig. You know, that's what, I'm not going to say anything else. We're leaving it at that. Make sure you join tonight's stream. It's going to be an absolute banger. It's going to be a laugh. It's going to be a fun time, regardless of who wins, because we do not care, really, unless you're in America. I'm not in America. I'm in England. I don't give a fuck who wins. I don't know if I'm allowed to swear on TikTok. Who fucking cares? Anyway, we're going to be tape reading for the election on DXY, on the NASDAQ, later tonight. For today, we are focusing purely just on the normal routine stuff, looking at some trades, looking at some stuff like that. You know, we're going to be looking at GBP, JPY, Bitcoin, gold, GU, and GJ. Going to be trading that and seeing how it goes. So, let's just see this. So, yesterday, by the way, guys, if you aren't in the free Discord server, you need to join the free Discord server. Why is that? That is because I spoke about this exact position playing out in the market outlook, which is released to the free Discord on my YouTube channel yesterday. It's released every single day. Yesterday, we spoke about having this AMD cycle. It did not obviously play out how we wanted to down here, but we wanted price to come into here, and we wanted to trade the AMD cycle in here. That's what we wanted to do, guys. That is what we wanted to do, and that is exactly what has happened. We had the entire AMD cycle play out. A few course members caught it. A few people in the free Discord, a few free members caught it using the free strategy, using the course strategy. People caught this trade. We spoke about this. The only thing I've done since yesterday's analysis, which I posted for free in the free Discord, on YouTube, on Twitter, I drawn these fair value gaps. I said I wanted price to come into this range, start accumulating, and then have an AMD cycle, which is an accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. We got that exact thing. The only thing I've done since then is draw that yellow box. That's it. Now, we're going to obviously reanalyze the charts now, so make sure you're liking up the stream, guys. If you're on TikTok, if you're on YouTube, like up the stream. It does really help me out. Follow on TikTok, follow on YouTube, all that lovely stuff. Let me know on TikTok if there is any issues. I'm going to fix them for the next stream. I'm practicing it now so that it works later on in the day when I'm wearing the wig. But yeah. So, getting into the actual stream now, there was a few technical difficulties. I gave the wrong link out on the Discord. My bad about that. That was an issue with the TikTok. Messed up a little bit. Created a new stream. That's not what I wanted to do. But we're going to get into the analysis now, guys, okay? We're going to get into the analysis. So, today is obviously Tuesday the 5th, presidential election. That is really the highlight of the day. We don't necessarily need to look at the fundamentals because we already know what's happening. So and that just trumps everything. Not a reference to Donald Trump. It literally overpowers everything else. So there's no point in really looking at the fundamentals, but we're going to anyway. We've obviously got the presidential election, congressional election, and we've got ISM services PMI at 3 o'clock, which is 20 minutes from now for me. Then at 9:45 tonight, which is about 6 hours from now, 8 hours from now, something like that. 6 hours. It is 6 hours or 7 hours. We got New Zealand employment. We don't really care about that. It's red for the news. If you trade any of those pairs, keep an eye out for that. But as I said, the presidential election, the election that's going on today is going to overpower everything else. So we do not really care what's happening there. So now we can jump onto the charts, okay? I specifically look at GJ, Bitcoin, gold. I'm also branching out now to GU and maybe not EU, but GU. Branching out to that, seeing how that goes. I did a bit of back testing with it the other day. A few months, few years worth, and it did seem to work. So we're going to be branching out to that as well. But GBP, JPY, what's going on there? So we've had a clear accumulation with a manipulation to the upside. What I'm going to do is, for the new people here, very quickly, just going to show you what AMD is and how it works. So basically, AMD is the accumulation of liquidity. We generate this liquidity here. We got buy side and sell side liquidity here. The Trump wig. Yep. We got buy side and sell side liquidity here. We take the buy position. Sorry, we don't take the buy position. We take the buy side liquidity which is this up here. We take this liquidity up here, come into the IRL, which is the internal range liquidity, which is a fair value gap into a PD array. We come into that, then we respect the fair value gap on a higher time frame fair value gap, respect it on the same time frame that we looked for AMD on, which is this one, the 15-minute. We got that manipulation into the fair value gap. Then after that, we respected it and came to the downside and took the other side of the accumulation range. Now, this is not obviously how the market moves every single day. If this is how it moved every single day, we would just have one consolidation forever and price would never change, really. So it's one specific move in the markets that plays off very, very nicely. It pays very well, very high R trade, very high win rate, 80% win rate, average R of 2. So you can do the math yourself. But accumulation, manipulation to the upside, followed by distribution to the downside, taking out the other side of liquidity, coming into this imbalance here, which had been filled previously. But as we discussed in yesterday's live streams, it is also a support and resistance zone. We're not going to get into that today. So we've had that. We've had the accumulation, Then we had a manipulation to the upside, followed by a distribution to the downside. You can see that very clearly. A few members caught that in the paid course and in the free course and in the free Discord. We spoke about it. And then after that, we've had the X phase, which is the expansion phase of AMD. It's not obviously guaranteed to happen every single time, so we don't look at trading the X phase, but that's basically when price tends to reverse, which it has done here, or continue down, which we'll show an example when that happens. But that's what's going on GJ. Using AMDX, we expect the next phase to be an accumulation. So what we would look for next is that accumulation phase. Once we have an accumulation, we can then look at price moving up, moving down, and then reversing. Exactly like we got here, exactly how I spoke about in my market outlook. Guys, I do market outlooks every single day. I'm not just a hindsight trader. I do forecast what I think is going to happen in the markets, and it tends to do very well. Yesterday, I said this exact thing is what I wanted to see. I didn't do anything else. I didn't analyze. I didn't look at any other fair value gaps. Didn't look at any liquidity. The only thing I did was wake up this morning and draw a yellow box, and that's happened. So I don't need to say anything else. The next thing we're looking for on GJ is that accumulation phase. But this is where it gets good, guys. This where it gets good. If we go onto Bitcoin, you can see I was in a trade here, which obviously smashed TP. This was TP over here. I did adjust it to here just before this accumulation happened. And this is what I was hoping to talk about. So we do have a very clear accumulation here, followed by an explosive move to the upside. Now, some people call this manipulation. I'm calling it manipulation. It's very explosive until we see a retracement. As we've discussed, the differentiator between AMD, AD, and AMDX and how to identify a distribution from a manipulation is when you see the retracement. Okay, so this is a very explosive move to the upside. Let's say we came up, retraced, came up, retraced, and basically kind of like consolidated upwards. Okay, think of it like that. If we did something like that, I would not be calling this a manipulation move, because a manipulation move is a very extreme price fluctuation. It goes up very quickly or down very quickly without any retracements, really. And then it reverses just as quickly as it went up or went down. So that is what we want to see. And that's why I think this is the manipulation rather than the distribution. Now, obviously, this is the presidential election. It's the election session of New York. We are open now. We opened 15 minutes ago. So this could end up being the distribution move. That's perfectly fine. And I wouldn't be too surprised if that ended up happening. But look at the volatility on this. You can see how volatile this is, how quickly we're going up, how quickly we're going straight back down to where we started. The 15-minute candle has no bottom wick, and I think this is a half-hour candle as well with no bottom wick. You can see it on the minute chart, exploded to the upside, kind of chilled, exploded, chilled, and now we're very volatile here, tapping the 70,000 mark. But yeah, I'm calling this manipulation until we see a retracement and then a continuation. I'm calling this the manipulation move, which means we can expect a distribution move back down to the bottom of this range. Obviously, I'm not looking to trade this now, though. It's going to be very hard to trade this. Very, very hard indeed. So make sure you've got your plan written out. You've got a clear plan written out. You've got a clear risk management plan written out. and you stick to both of those things and only trade if you see those exact things. Now, as we get deeper into the New York session, as we get towards 3, 4, and 5 p.m. EST, which is very late in the UK, like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, I would look to not really take any positions. That's because at 7 p.m. EST, which is midnight in UK, obviously I'm going to be going live, but also the reason I'm going live at that time is because that is when the key states basically reveal the majority of their results. You'll see the key states reveal their results. Most of them will reveal them almost instantly, and then basically that gives us an idea of who might win. It's not a guarantee. It's not like the forecast that we do in the UK when all the markets close, and then we do a forecast that like a few hours before. If you watch the election in UK, you'll understand what I mean, where we basically predicted the Labour result before it. I forgot what the name is for that specific thing, but we don't do that in America, really. What we're going to look at is the key states. We're going to be looking at the stream, all that stuff. We're going to look at CNN, all the coverage on those legacy medias, seeing what's going on there. But in terms of AMD, on Bitcoin, we have an explosive manipulation to the upside, taking out this liquidity, and we obviously have a winning trade where I secured just over 2% as well. Now, the live stream on TikTok has ended. Not too sure why. It says the duration was 0 minutes. Okay, that's strange. Very weird. So now we're just live on YouTube. But we've got a very explosive move to the upside on Bitcoin. As I said, I'm waiting for that retracement. And if we retrace, then continue up, I'm probably going to just assume this is the distribution. But as I said as well, I'm not really going to be trading this. Like, I'm not looking to trade anymore. I've secured my weekly profits, really. It's only Tuesday and I'm up 2%. So I'm happy to not trade for the rest of the week. More than happy to not trade for the rest of the week. I've secured what I needed. Moving on to gold. It's an absolute shit show. I'm not even going to analyze gold. As you can see, there's a clear consolidation around about here, though, but we're just going to move on from that straight away. GBP USD, pretty much the same thing has happened on Bitcoin. And the opposite has happened on gold. We'll see what the DXY is doing right now, though. You can see the DXY is the cause of that explosive move. We know that the GBP USD is inversely correlated to the DXY because it is the quoted currency in the GBP USD. We've spoke about how currencies work. I've taught you how base and quoted react to their indices. So we've got the US dollar indices here, and we've got a quoted currency in the GBP USD being the USD. So when it's quoted, it has an inverse correlation, and when it's the base currency, it has a positive correlation. So in the USD JPY, we would expect a move down to have happened. Let's just see what's happened here. Now, this could be wrong. I could be wrong. But we would expect a move to the downside. There we go. USD JPY has moved to the downside. Why is that? That's because the USD in the USD JPY is the base currency, which means it has a positive correlation with the DXY, with its indices. And the DXY, the indices, the US dollar, has moved down against a basket of currencies, just like USD JPY, because it's the base currency. Now on GBP USD, it has gone up because it is the quoted currency. It has an inverse correlation. Now, enough yapping about that. We know that that is caused by the USD. We know that this is... You don't even need to look at the DXY to understand that this is obviously the volatility from America, from the dollar, because it is the election day. But I just wanted to show you how that works. On a normal day, if you're seeing this type of move, you can look on the DXY, see what's going on, see what's causing this move. If it's not happening on the DXY, if the DXY is still consolidating and the GBP USD is going up, you can expect it to be the base currency that's actually affecting this. Then you can look at why that's happening, see what's going on, and then you can avoid a loss. But it looks like we have a clear AMD cycle trying to play out here. I'm not going to take this, as I said, I'm not trading really, but you could take this if you wanted to. We have a very clear accumulation right here, very clear manipulation to the upside right here, followed by a candlestick pattern, which is exactly what we like to see every single day in every single AMD cycle. All we'd need to do now is wait for price to come to the other side of the distribution range, and that would be your trade, something along these lines. Now, obviously, I'm not getting in this. There's extreme volatility. It does not have to respect this analysis. As I said yesterday in yesterday's stream, I did say that the fundamentals will overpower the technicals today. And what I mean by that is, we also spoke about how the basically if Trump wins, or what the probability is at that moment in time, the markets tend to factor in. So, for example, let's say we're factoring in a Kamala Harris win right now. Yeah, that's not true. I'm not saying that's happening, but let's say that is happening as an example. If that's what's happening and Trump ends up winning, then we could expect price to just completely flip, go in the opposite direction, and just do whatever it wants, like not actually respecting the technicals. That's where the fundamentals are going to overpower the technicals, which is why you don't want to really get into trades like this. Now, if you're going to take this, what I'd recommend doing is risking 0.5% at most, really, because especially if you're a funded trader or if you're on a funded account or something along those lines, you will get very bad slippage. You could get took out higher than you want to, blow your account, and that's the end of you. So be very careful trading, especially if you trade on a funded account on today in this session. But yeah, we got a clear AMD cycle playing out here. It's just whether or not the fundamentals will let it play out. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, we're going to be tape reading later, guys, which means that we're going to be looking at this. We're going to be seeing if there's any sharks, any whales here getting in. What that means is, so this is an example of what's going to be happening later, guys. So we're going to look at this and go, okay, what's going on here? We're getting lots of people buying right now. There's a couple people selling. There's a couple people trying to short this. There's a lot of people buying. You can see that massive position here, 28, overpowering all the other positions. We've got a lot of people selling. It's very mixed at the moment. We've got 6, 8, 2, 10. A lot of people selling right here. A lot of people selling right here. We're going to see what happens now. Then there's people buying. You know, we're going to see. Basically, what we're going to see is if anyone's taking massive, stupid positions, like we'll see like 200 size or something stupid like that. That's what we're going to be doing tonight in the stream, seeing what's going on. We're not going to be trading tonight. Obviously, we're not idiots, are we? But it's going to be a laugh. It's going to be a joke, guys. So, GBP JPY, AMD cycle. Let me just turn this indicator off. AMD cycle played out nicely. You can just wait for that next accumulation, which looks like it may actually be starting, and that might not actually be the expansion phase. We'll see how that goes. Bitcoin, blowing up, just blowing up. I could have held. I shouldn't have held because it was risky, but I'm not taking trades this week, but it's a must. I watch you, Josh. Thank you. It is a must if you want to learn. No fluff. But yeah, so gold, I'm not even going to touch gold today. I'm not even just going to remove all. I'm going to come back to this next week. Just look at the state of that. You know what I mean? Just look at that. GBP USD. If you're going to take this trade, as I said, I'm not. But if you're going to take this trade, what you'd want to do is wait for price to close. You'd wait for this close, and then you might have a nice candlestick pattern there. But if you go to the left-hand side, what we're going to do is we're going to go up a couple time frames and see if there's any clear PDA raise to trade. Not really. We've got a support and resistance zone being a fair value gap that has been respected a few times. We've got no recent ones, really. If you go to the 30-minute, there's not much. Go to the 15. Not much there either. You just have to trade this external high over here. We took this high, so you can expect a bearish retracement. And it also would make sense to come down into this imbalance before continuing up after taking this. But as I said, the technicals, it's going to be very weak. It's a very weak game, the technicals today. They can say whatever they want, but the fundamentals can just overpower them like that, and it can just completely reverse and go against you, regardless of how accurate your analysis is and how high your win rate is. So yeah, I think that pretty much summarizes the stream, guys. Bitcoin looks like it's trying to reverse now. I think, were we just looking at that? Yeah, we were. there's a few people taking sells up here, wasn't there? We were really trying hard to take sells, and now we have flipped. I think we were just literally looking at the tapes, and a lot of people started to sell, and now we are trying to push down. So you could end up taking this trade, guys, to the other side of the accumulation range, and that will play out nicely. It looks like it's trying to push straight down. You can see the tapes here, more red than green, higher positions than green as well. So it looks like we're trying to push down. We'll see how this goes. Maybe come back to this and bounce before continuing up. We'll see how that goes, as I just said 5 times. So yeah, that's pretty much the stream, guys. Like, there's not much else to talk about now. Make sure you like up the stream. Make sure you join tomorrow's stream. I mean, not tomorrow's stream, tonight's stream. Midnight UK time, 7 p.m. EST. We've got the wig. We've got the other stuff ready to go for the stream. If you go and look on the live streams part of my channel, you can see the new thumbnail, which should give you another hint as to what's going on. I've got a voice mod for the mic, which should work live as well. That's another clue. It's going to be a laugh, guys. It's going to be a joke. It's going to be fun, regardless of who wins. It's just a laugh. And we're going to be watching the election live as well. Watching some legacy media like CNN or some shit. But yeah, make sure you join the stream tonight, guys. That's been the analysis. GU setup looking clean. I'll let you know how that plays out. I'm not going to be taking that. You want to wait for the candle close before getting in, specifically for this reason, because it looks like it's starting to reverse now. But make sure you like up the stream, guys. Make sure you click the bell for tonight's stream, midnight UK, 12 a.m. GMT, 7 p.m. EST. It's going to be going nice. It's going to be kicking off. It's going to be going great. It's going to be a laugh. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a joke. Name of indicators, please. The indicator is simply just called tape. Now, if you search up tape on indicators, there's a lot of them. But the one I'm using is by Liquid Trader. This is the most reliable. Now, this is more ballpark right than precisely wrong. I want you to take that into account. It's not specifically accurate. Like, you know, this isn't a position that just got took, guaranteed. But it's more right than it is wrong. So you can trust this one. But yeah, we're going to be tape reading tonight. We're going to be seeing what's going on here, seeing the positions that are going to be building up, seeing if there's any whales getting into the markets, seeing if there's any whales getting out of the markets, seeing what's going on. It's going to be a joke. It's going to be a laugh. It's going to be fun. And I'll see you guys tonight in tonight's stream. Please join. Please click the bell. And I'll see you guys there. And that's the stream. Take care, guys. Have a good rest of your day. Like the stream. Subscribe if you're new. Join the free Discord. Look for the market outlooks on my channel. I spoke about the exact move that happened on GJ last night, and it happened. I'll see you guys in tonight's stream, 12 a.m. GMT, 7 p.m. EST.